one sinner to the maker. So even United States of America, despite all their atrocities and the berberism, so I come to understand that every 24th of this November, the whole U.S. as a nation stand to give God thanks. Because they have this understanding, outside God, the nation America will not be standing. Every year, 24th of every November, wherever they are all over the world, they come back to their countries to give thanks to the one that have sustained them all these years. And hear me this, that is why no country can defeat America. Thanksgiving, I've come to understand, is also a weapon to sustain your victory. Thanksgiving is a weapon to sustain the victory that Christ have given you. If you don't know how to thank God, I tell you, the little victory you enjoy is just temporal. Satan will take it from you. Sir, despite their wickedness, once it is 24th, all of them return back to God. In their currency, they say, in God we trust. They know no matter whatever they do, their trust and their confidence is in God. No country can defeat them because of that singular act. Sir, if you desire victory, be a man, be a woman of gratitude. If you desire to sustain your victory, be a man and a woman of grateful heart. David recorded victories in his days. That's because he was a man of grateful heart. And that is why he lived all his life. The enemies didn't defeat him. Because he understands the weapon of thanksgiving. This morning, briefly, I'll be speaking on what I titled, What is in Your Seed? What is seed? Genesis chapter 26, I will read verse 1 and 12 because of our time. Genesis 26, verse 1 and 12. If you get home, you can take your time to study that. And there was a famine in the land, besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. Verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. The same Genesis chapter 18. The same Genesis chapter number 18. Is the lengthy reading from verse 1 to 12. I want you to study it. I just take verse 1. And the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Merah, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and bowed himself toward the ground, and said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Let me jump to verse 7. And Abraham ran unto the head, and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto the young man, and he hastened to dress it. And he took butter and milk, and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did it. Verse 9. Verse 11, I jump. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and were stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Verse 12. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also? What is in your seed? Hear this. Your seed defines you. Your seed defines who you are. I don't know what you came here with this morning to appreciate the one that gave you life, the one that have sustained you for these past years. But your seed determines how grateful you are. Hear this. It is not every kind of wine you bring to my father to tell him thank you, to appreciate him. Am I saying the truth? Hello? Am I talking? If as a man you have this understanding that is not any kind of wine, you can't go to Polosa where they are making wine and buy that type of wine for my father. He won't drink it. In fact, fear won't even allow you to present such thing. How much more your maker, the one that gave you power to make wealth, the one that have sustained you, the one that causes the sun to rule by day and the moon by night, the one who have kept you. You go for your business, you come back in peace. You go to work, you come back in peace. If you have this understanding that each time you're coming to appreciate your maker, you're coming before him with something tangible, I tell you the truth, your next year will be better for you. What is in your seed? So this is the story of Abraham we know too well. The Bible said that Abraham saw men, 3 men passing by. He perceived in him that these men were strangers. He said, no, I can't just allow this men pass through without giving them a seed. That's how the Bible says that Abraham beckoned on them and said, if I have found favor before you, please, I beckon on you to just come into my house. Take water before you proceed.